Now, last summer, around 8,000 inmates across the state were eligible to leave prison early due to COVID-19 concerns. And still, state officials want to continue to trim California's prison population. So now more than 70,000 inmates will have an opportunity to reduce their sentence. 23 ABC's Kylie Walker breaks down which types of inmates are eligible and what this means going forward.
Now, it is important to note that this isn't something that will happen overnight. It could take months or even years. But today I did speak with our local district attorney, Cynthia Zimmer, who tells me those who will not be eligible for good behavior credits include those on death row and inmates who are sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. However, she does say it does include a number of violent and repeat felons.
10 years ago, the prison population was 175,000 people. Last year, before COVID started, the prison population was 130,000, and now the prison population is 90,000 people. So there is no emergency regarding overcrowding.
It's a downward trend that's expected to continue in the coming years. 76,000 inmates across the state are now eligible for the opportunity to leave prison early. The state saying it comes as a way to reduce the number of people in the largest state correctional system.
Does this mean all 76 out of the 90,000 are going to be released forthwith? No, that doesn't mean that. But what that means is they can earn credits toward release in a much quicker pace.
And in a statement from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, the press secretary tells 23 ABC, this is not an early release program. This is an expansion of good conduct credits that the population must earn through participation in rehabilitative programs and sustained good behavior.
The credits they get will be if they don't commit other crimes. And if they do commit other crimes, they still have a chance to earn credits back.
These credits can shorten sentences for more than 63,000 inmates convicted of violent crimes, which includes 20,000 inmates who are serving life sentences with the possibility of parole.
It applies to violent felons, murderers, rapists, child molesters. They're not low-level offenders.
Zimmer says what people may consider violent on the streets is different than what the penal code considers a violent felony.
So a crime can involve violence, but not be a violent felony. So yes, you are a violent felon, but the current crime you're in on is not a violent felony.
And Zimmer also says that while not all prisoners are from Kern County, this does have the chance to impact our prison population.
Certainly it will affect the number of inmates in our prisons in Kern County and our inmates who were committed from Kern County that will be paroled to this county.
Now, this doesn't include inmates from our county jails, but rather those state prisons. Now, the CDRH says the regulations are still subject to final approval. And again, the regulatory process allows for public input. So we will have all those updates as they become available. In Bakersfield, I'm Kylie Walker, 23BC, connecting you.
As part of our commitment to go in depth on stories that matter to you, we are taking a deeper dive into the release of inmates last year due to COVID and how Kern County ranks in terms of reoffense and crimes committed. So last year, at least 200 inmates serving time in California prisons were released to Kern County. About 8,000 inmates statewide were eligible for early release at the end of summer. Inmates who were serving for nonviolent crime are eligible, and those with 6 months left on their sentence were considered first. Today, Kern County District Attorney saying that this is something she does not agree with due to reoffense rates.
At least 50% or more of people who are paroled from state prison reoffend.
DA Zimmer also talking about the rate of crime in Kern County compared to the rest of the state, saying that Kern County is already a high crime area and that this is not what helped when inmates get released.
And we are the 11th most populous county in the state, but we also have the highest murder rate in the state of California. We have a lot of crime and we have convicted a lot of people. We had more trials in Kern County than any other state during the pandemic. We did over 100 trials. So many of these inmates are Kern County commitments. Furthermore, we have more prisons in Kern County than any other county in California. We have 5 state prisons.
Most of the inmates released early last year were released due to the pandemic and was done as an attempt to mitigate the spread of the virus in the prisons.